Another day, another video from the Japanese YouTube channel. Hello everyone, today we're going to be looking at Cinderace EX, another new card coming in the Stellar Miracle set for us in September. In Japan, it will be released this week, I believe. Cinderace EX is a Stage 2 Fire-type Terra Pokemon, evolves from Raboot. Its first attack, Fire Double Colorless, Flare Strike for 280, and you can't use this attack next turn. And then its second attack, Fire Fighting and Dark Garnet Volley, 180 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. It does not have any retreat cost, which makes it pretty versatile to reuse this Flare Strike attack over and over again. And I think 280 is a lot of damage. Paired with something like Max Belt puts us at 330, which is just enough to take out pretty much every big Pokemon in this format. Let's go ahead and take a look and see how this deck is being played over in Japan with a list at the end of the video. So please stay tuned and like and subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content. Let's go ahead and jump into this one, see how these players are going. We have a Raboot on the left and a Morpeko on the right, which means it's probably Dark Box on the right. There's a Squawk, there's the Petrant, there's a Town Store. It looks like a pretty strong turn one. Mochi being grabbed ahead of time, a Heavy Ball, where there's a convenient Okie Dokie set up there with the Mochi giving it the extra damage, and we're going to go ahead and pitch the hand and draw 6 new cards. Nest Ball for a Radiant Greninja, being able to move through the deck a little bit quicker, grabbing some more energies, Vesseling for 2 more energies with the Vessel attached to Morpeko, and a pass. You already know you're not going to get knocked out on turn 1. A Chorus's Experiment is an interesting supporter of choice. We're going to go ahead and see the Manaphy and the Boss's orders be moved to the Lost Zone here. Looking for obviously Rare Candy plus some Juice. We're obviously looking for a Fire Energy attachment here. Double Pidgey, another Raboot, a Feather Ball, grabbing ourselves. Okay, that's actually really cool because Feather Ball grabs you Pidgeot and Cinderace because it does have free retreat. So I actually didn't think about that till right about this exact moment. And that's actually pretty cool. And so Cleffa comes out. We're going to go see the Cleffa hit the board, attach, retreat. And we're going to go ahead and see a Magma Basin. That's actually a pretty cool supporter. Stadium, sorry. I was thinking in my head, how do we power up a Cinderace in one turn? Magma Basin makes a lot of sense to me, especially with Pidgeot in the game, which means Radzard is probably the Radzard of like attacker of choice with the A-Spec. We're going to see a Cleffa for 3 cards here, putting some pressure on the other side. We're going to see another Okie Dokie hit the board, and just we're going to see a Petrant move the active to poison, Prime Catcher up the Bunny with the energy. Sealstone being hitting the discard, a Vessel hitting the discard, 2 more cards in hand, Dark Patch powering up our Okie Dokie. We're going to go ahead and see the attack for 70 and powering up our Okie Dokie with the Hungry Hungry Hurry. Cleffa being free retreat means it can go to the active. Another Poffin means that we can grab another little Bunny, Candy into Pidgeot. Our setup has begun. Getting another card here. Chorus to, I'm assuming it's the Chorus that we grabbed. So Stretcher and Ultra Ball hitting the Lost Zone. Candy into the Cinderace. We're going to see another Bunny retreating the Cinderace. We're going to see hopefully a double turbo. Neo Upper. I don't think that's the A-Spec I would have decided that this deck was playing. But I guess you get to 180 snipe much easier. But I don't know, man. Neo Upper seems kind of bad unless you're playing like maybe a thin Dragapult line and something like this. I feel like Max Belt just has to be better, or even Unfair Stamp has to be better on a stage 2. And you can play double turbos. So we're going to see the 180 snipe taking out the Squawk ability and 2 prize cards coming through. The Cinderace is pretty bulky, but it does not mean it is unkillable. The Mochi comes through. There's the Pheasantipity, Big Bird, means we get to draw 3. Haven't you known that the bird is the word? The Iono coming through. I don't really think the Cinderace deck is that good. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It just seems pretty mediocre. We're going to see the Petrant coming into the active. Poison hitting there. 300 damage exactly. Going through the Magma Basin. Or thanks to the Magma Basin's damage, 300 exactly will get us where we need to be. 10 damage from Poison. So it's a little bit of an unfortunate scenario here that our Neo Upper is now gone. There's the Radzard. There's the Iono. So, I guess we can get Basin here plus attachment, which does put us in a position to play a 1 prize game. I don't know if we're playing a Raboot in this deck. I think we should be playing a Raboot if we are. There it is, yep. So we can power it up. But this deck is so heavily reliant on Magma Basin, it seems like, that we kind of just need to be able to chain these. And so Radzard comes through. There's a swing. We have 1 Stretcher already in the Lost Zone. So potentially a second one could be, like if we prize the second one, it could be really damaging. But I don't see how Cinderace actually beats decks that aren't just like pure 2 prize decks. Like decks that can leverage a 1 prize attacker seems pretty bad. There, yeah, there's the Monkey Dory. If this guy can attack here this turn, it becomes a 1 prizer effectively. So that can leverage that position. Research coming through. Wow, this Dark Box deck is just drawing the whole deck so quickly. Second Dark Patch this turn, I guess. We're going to see the Pheasantipity drawing 3 as well. The Ultra Ball just thinning. There's like 5 cards left for the Dark Box player. Not a lot of resources left though, so maybe one more attacker can be powered up after this Monkey Dory, but we don't really need more than one more attacker. There's another prize being taken. The tray is now kind of even. So this turn entirely comes down to, can we gust up something, or can we we pretty much have to gust, I think, to win the game here. And I think we just kind of have it. There's a double turbo. The way we're playing, 260 knocks out pretty much everything on the board here. There's the boss's orders, and that's the end of the game. I think that was a little bit risky for sure, all things considered. Like, I feel like the game was not in our favor, like, the whole time. I think it was, like, a little bit like the Cinderace player just kind of sacked a lot of that game. So let's go ahead and take a look at the list, see what we're playing with. There's so much going on in this list. Whoa. Okay, 413 Cinderace, 302 Pidgeot. Okay, that just does not need to happen. We do not need 3 Pidgeys. That seems excessive. 1 Monkey Dory, 1 Cleffa. I think the Monkey Dory makes sense for extra damage. I don't hate that, actually. That makes somewhat sense with the energy requirements for Cinderace as well. So, like, the Dark already makes sense. Crispin is really good here. Yep, I definitely like Crispin because that's another way to power up in one turn. I think I'd like second. One Stretcher seems a little bit sus. I guess you have Stretcher and Rod, so you have 2 ways to reuse Radzard. 2 Feather Ball, 3 Ultra. I feel like you could play 3 Feather, 2 Ultra, unironically, in this, because Poffin gets you all your basics, and then the Feathers get you your evolutions, and Cleffa. But I guess you need Ultra for Monkey Dory and Radzard specifically, and Raboot. But besides that, everything else gets found by either Poffin or Featherball. So it's, I guess, how much importance you put on getting Radzard into play as quickly as possible. I think the fightings are cute, but like 1 fighting might just be enough if you have 1 fighting, 1 Neo Upper, and play like a second double turbo, because we literally had to sack into our only double turbo there on top of Neo Upper in a couple of back-to-back turns. I actually don't hate the chorus the more I think about it, just because this deck needs to piece together stuff in their hand. But I feel like we can just make more space by cutting that 1 Pidgey for sure. Maybe playing a second Monkey Dory, maybe playing a 4th Basin, because the deck seems so reliant on Basin specifically. Maybe just like 1 Nest Ball even, or like a 3rd Feather Ball even. Just like more ball cards, maybe a second Vessel. Just ways to put energy in the discard, because we don't actually have a ton of ways to put fires into the discard besides Ultra Ball and Vessel, because we're not playing Research here. Kieran is good because it's a switch effect plus it does damage. 2 bosses, whatever, it's fine. I can live with that. We have a Pidgeot that gets us what we need. This is a workable concept. I think we can make something out of it. Hopefully you guys enjoy this content. Please like and subscribe, and we'll be back for another video soon.